Hey guys, what is going on? Buzzbrook30 here, and in today's video, I just want to go ahead and talk over a topic that's been on my mind, a question, so to speak, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people are also wondering about this as well. And this is in regards to the new DLC that has been announced, which is the Biker DLC that is to come out on October 4th, 2016 for Grand Theft Auto Online, and how a lot of people are, going to take sick days for it and whatnot, or people who may be off for that day and just want to experience what it's like to be within a motorcycle club, so to speak. And the question is whether or not it's going to be the newest fad in town, DLC wise, because if you remember, just like any other DLC that we've enjoyed so far, it's going to be sooner or later forgotten, and a lot of people build up a lot of hype around it, and next thing you know, after a couple weeks or so, they tend to get bored of it unless they find something to do around it, create up strategies for it, and even afterwards they're still going to be bored with it and just tend to do the same old thing they just regularly do, which is go hunting in free roam lobbies, do snipers versus stunters or any that kind of BS, or just just wall around, just driving, doing stuff, missions, daily objectives, and all the other kind of things. And the reason why I say this is because while I'm pretty much hyped for the Biker DLC as well as anyone else is, especially motorcycle clubs within the GTA Online MC community, let's just face the facts, a lot of people are going to be bored with it in about a couple of weeks or so, and after all the hype they build up around it, they just decided that it's probably not worth it anymore and may not play the game for another few months, if you think about it. Now, by fad, what I mean is that it's basically a craze. How we all are hyped up for something that, once it comes out, we just, experience it for the time being and just have fun with it until afterwards it's, long and forgotten, how we don't necessarily play the missions for it anymore. And that's how it is in a lot of things, for example, dank memes and whatnot, and how they show certain pictures, that you sort of relate to us, make us laugh, like SpongeGar, Pepe the Frog, and all the other kinds of stuff that seems funny to me, but afterwards is long and forgotten and it's considered dead, just like the 7 joke that's been revolved around, Gypsy,
7,
aka Museum
7.
Piece, for those of you who don't know, and how it's, sort of drawn out, so to speak, how it's, just been overplayed a lot of times to the point of where it's actually gotten annoying to certain people. And when it comes to that, I just want to share an example. How in Ed, Edd and Eddy, an old 90s cartoon show, how the Eds come up, well, not necessarily come up with, but see the cul-de-sac kids come up with different fads and trends, and how they quickly switch from one to another, from like the stilts to the balls on their head, and how the Eds try to keep up with them for that, to the point where they try to create their own fad, or trend. And next thing you know, after they give up on the whole thing, their latest fad that they created happens to be the newest fad to the cul-de-sac kids. Sucks to be them, pure irony. And that's how we are when it comes to the DLC that's been included within the Grand Theft Auto Online update. Now, I'm not trying to say I hate that sort of thing. I really don't. It's just that after a while, after doing the same thing over and over again, you just tend to get bored of it to the point where you just stop playing it for, a month or so, weeks, or let's just go with months, basically, and how you just expect something else that you expect Rockstar to come out with, because they take their time with this sort of thing and they just want to make sure that everything goes to plan and whatnot. Now, being that kind of guy who's grateful for the free DLC and whatnot, besides the fact that we have to pay for a lot of stuff within the game, clothes and accessories and whatnot, what I'm trying to figure out is, why would people want to go back to, the same old thing after something that has been newly introduced, is giving us some kind of opportunity, to have fun with, and all the other kind of stuff. And it just boggles my mind that we, the community, so to speak, Grand Theft Auto Online community, just, expect something that's new and exciting, and then in a couple of weeks or so, just end up being forgotten. And that's just something I don't necessarily want to happen. And the reason why I feel as though I'm excited for this update is because it reminds me of the Lost and Damned DLC that was introduced in Grand Theft Auto 4, and how we went through the perspective of Johnny Klebitz, the vice president of the Lost and Damned Motorcycle Club chapter in Alderney, if I'm not mistaken. And I just feel as though they implemented that into Grand Theft Auto Online because, as you know, a couple things happen within the Grand Theft Auto 5 storyline and how, certain things happen to Johnny and the Lost and Damned all together. And, while it pisses off, I guess Rockstar had to kill off the past some sort of way, just do what they had to do. And I feel as though that Biker DLC is extremely, what's the term I'm looking for, influenced from the Lost and Damned DLC, and how in the multiplayer section they have for that game, the co-op missions that you can do, as well as the accessories that were included. And during our time when we played that sort of thing, it was to the point where people, somehow got bored of it and just decided to stay within the original Grand Theft Auto 4 storyline and multiplayer until, the Ballad of Gay Tony came out, and how that somehow surpassed the Lost and Damned DLC. All I want to say is that I hope that this expansion is, big enough to the point of where we don't necessarily get tired of it within the, next few weeks or so when it comes out, and how a lot of people actually enjoy it. I know for a fact I'm going to enjoy it because it's going to give me the feels that I've had for the Lost and Damned DLC. And for those who may not know about the Lost and Damned, I recommend that you actually give it a try and play it, or just watch the GTA series. Just go ahead and, see the walkthrough that they had for it, the different missions that they made for it, because it's a good story. It's fun. And I feel as though in a lot of ways, it's influenced the Biker DLC that's due for Grand Theft Auto Online. Sorry for the rambling, just going on a bit, I just want to express my feelings over this sort of topic and how it is important to a lot of people. Necessarily, a lot of people could care less or not give two shits about the Biker DLC because all they want to see is, more militarized vehicles, more jets, more tanks, more armored vehicles. And that's something we already have, and I feel as though that's something we necessarily do not need, because there should be a change within the game at least. And even when the Biker DLC comes out, and this is something that Zorvan, a friend of mine, has, stated on Twitter, is just that even when the DLC comes out, not a lot of things are going to change. The same old things still going to be going on. You have people with, bulletproof helmets on their heads, for example, wearing full armored scrub gear, I guess you could say, and how they're just roaming around jets, invisible bodies and all that stuff. It's not going to change it's not going to change that sort of thing within the game, because it's just still going to go on. And there are those who, once again, as I said before, do not care about the DLC and will just try to ruin anyone's fun over it. And I sort of agree with him on that sort of thing, because once stuff like that stays in the game, it's not necessarily going to change unless Rockstar actually does something about it. But seeing as though it's been the game for about a year and a half or so, or 2.5 years if I'm not mistaken, then that's something that they tend not to look at, I guess you could say. But that's all I have to say over on that subject. Anyways, I'm hyped for the DLC and what's to come with it, with the new animations that you can attack from bikes just like you could in the Lost and Damned, and, the different accessories that you can wear, clothes-wise, the hairstyles, the new weapons. I'm actually excited for that, and I'm pretty sure there are a lot of people, especially the motorcycle club community, are indeed hyped for it as well. If you'd like to see any more information and any speculations towards the DLC that has been shown so far, screenshots and whatnot, I recommend going to two channels. One is Dirty Worker. He is a part of the Reaper Lords MC, and he is a good friend of mine. He is a very well-talented free aim player, and I recommend just seeing the speculation that he has over it. He is an expert when it comes to certain things that go over in MC. So I recommend giving that a look, as well as GTA Man and his speculation over the GTA Biker DLC. They both have some good points over it, and I feel as though you guys will definitely enjoy that as well as much as I did. But that's all I have to say on that. I just want you guys to answer this for yourself. Is this going to be the newest trend to go on within the Grand Theft Auto Online, community, so to speak? And I feel as though it will be, but I hope that I'm wrong, as this will last long for a very long time, and not just die out like a small little flame in the end. But that's all I have to say over the subject. And yeah, that's basically all there is to it. Sorry for taking up your time. I hope you guys have a nice day. Love you all, and see you in the next video. Peace.